繁体吉祥，同学们好，我是心灵，我10岁，我住在澳大利亚。Hello Bante, hello 同学。Today I'm going to do a recording on the Jing Yue Dhamma Collection 2, Passage of a Student's Mindset. Before a student goes to school, their mindset is creative. And this was proven by a study done by NASA. First, they got kindergarteners and asked them to solve a math problem. The kindergarteners came up with many exclusive and creative, divergent ways to solve this math problem. Then, they got older and older kids who went to school more and more. Slowly, they realized that the more they went to school, the less critical and creative thinking they had. And the VCE students only saw one way to fix it, whereas the kindergartner children saw so many ways to fix the math problem. A student's mindset can be altered by their teachers. If a teacher encourages their students to be creative, they may be like the kindergartners their whole lives. They have hundreds of ways to solve one tiny math problem. Or if the teacher insists on different ways, for example, just regular old plain teaching, saying, no, in math you can't do this. The only answer to this is this. And so that person for the rest of their lives may be like a VCE student. They can only see one real way to solve the problem. A student's mind can also soak up things like a sponge. And it depends on how much we want to learn of one thing. For example, if we hate art, our minds will be hard like rock, very hard to sponge water up. But say we like sport, then we sponge up all of the information about how to do high jump properly, how to do this properly, how to do that properly, and who and what side is best for high jump, etc. When students achieve something, they may boast about it. However, we must remain humble. And with a student's mindset, we need to try and be creative. And so, just like a building, a bridge, the materials used are their qualities. If you build a bridge and use flimsy sticks, for example, very bad education, it's going to be plop. As soon as a person or maybe even a bird rests on that bridge, they're going to fall in the river and evidently fail. Say the bridge is a base and the failure is falling into the river, a white, raging river, leading off to a cliff, which is the failure. So, if you build a bridge out of paper, really bad learning materials, learning the wrong things, or learning things that aren't necessary, like gaming techniques, you're obviously going to fall. Not only that, but if you make materials, like say a bridge out of books, that's going to hold for a bit longer, but it's going to fall. So, if you teach your kids this and that, but you don't teach them any extras, then they'll fall. But if you make a bridge out of metal, out of glue, out of welding, if you teach them what's right, what's wrong, if you scold them for getting things wrong, you pinpoint what's correct, you drive them towards the right path, and you let them be creative, then you build a very strong bridge. A strong bridge that can hold cars, people, and trucks. And this is the power of teaching. It helps shape one's life. If a drug addict tries to teach you that drugs are good for you and it makes you feel so nice and cool, sure, it may make you feel nice, but only for a short period of time. And that would lead to a wobbly bridge, a mistake, a sincere, bad mistake in that pretty much perfect bridge. And then that one mistake gets worse and worse. And if you don't try to fix that, it keeps on getting worse and worse and worse till it becomes worse than a bridge made out of paper and collapses in the end. So, a student's mindset and how they're taught is very important. So if you're teaching your children, or if you're teaching just any kid in general about something, we need to make sure that what we're teaching is the correct thing. And I also need to make sure that what I'm doing is the correct thing. And I need to fix up the gaps and mistakes in my bridge. We all have mistakes in our bridge, and we need to try and fix them up. And I know for a fact I need to go and fix some of those gaps in my bridge. Bante, I hope that you are well, safe, and that everything's going okay with Bante's medical and that Bante feels alright. For the Tongsio, I hope that your families are well, safe, and that everything's going okay with them. 谢谢 Bante, 谢谢 Tongsio. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.